Welcome back to Stevens Trains. I'll show you my progress I've made today. I got the tunnel in. So all this foam down here is now glued in. And this foam up here is just held in with a couple of screws for right now. I did this in 2 pieces. So I got a single piece right here. And then this is a whole nother piece right there. And again, these are just resting in for right now, as I still gotta do a little cleanup work inside the tunnel or whatnot, and I won't glue this down until I'm ready to start probably doing the scenery or whatnot. And then I got the industry kind of laid out here as well. So that's what this is looking like right here. So next I'm gonna work on, or at least tomorrow anyway, I'm gonna work on gluing down this section here. I'm gonna trim this off right there to make a little room for my yard. But here's one of my hauls that I just got today. But actually, to kind of back up, I was talking in my other video about that track that's been kind of stuck about 60 miles from my house for the past week. Well, it finally came yesterday. So it was the Kato, I keep saying 2110, is that right? Let me see, the 2010, so the S186s. So I am short. I have more than this now. This is kind of an old list, but I just needed the last 4, which was coming and arrived yesterday. But unfortunately, since it was shipped in bubble package or whatever you want to call it, it was completely folded in half. So I had to return it, and now I'm left without for right now, and I'll have to order later. But this haul right here I got from trainworld.com. So far I love that place. They really package everything nice, so didn't have to worry about anything being jacked up. So this is what I got. I got some switch extensions for the switch wiring. Sorry, I apologize, I'm freezing right now. It's about 6 degrees in my area. I got another 3-way splitter, so now I'll have one of these for my freight line, one of these for my passenger line. So I'm all set there now. And I got another right-hand switch, so the number 6 right-hand switch. I got one of those with the switch controller to go with it. And I'm really happy about this, or excited about this right here. I have not opened this yet, so I'm going to open this live with you guys here. So this is the Kato GE P42, the Amtrak 50th anniversary, and I went with the blue scheme, which I'll show you guys here in a little bit. But first, I wanted to show you a change I'm going to make. So wasn't really happy with this passenger line being so close to the edge here, and then it's also going to be kind of hanging off here a little bit. Now granted, I might have a little bit more room here, but in actuality I don't, because my yard is going to be pretty much eating up whatever space that I have there. So I made a switch that I'm going to do here right now. So on any rail, this was my original layout here. So it had, like you see here, the line running this way and cutting across. So I did some playing around, and I'm going to push it back. So I started to have it kink back here towards the freight line, and it's going to do a little bit of a different turn. So I'm going to try that right now, see how that looks, and I'll show that to you guys. All right, I got that all set up. So I made that new change with the new track. So it's a nice, gentle sweeping turn, I guess you could call it, and a lot more space. So it's kind of perfect because my yard's gonna be will be running straight up this way. I'm gonna have, I believe it's 3 more number 6 right-hand turn switches there, and that's gonna give me a lot more room there at the back, so I could probably cut out a good inch out of that board right there to make more room so this down below isn't tucked up against it. But anyway, here's my new Amtrak engine. Looks really cool. I'll let it run around for you guys so you can see it, in case anyone's curious about these. So here's it running on the new section of track. Stand by to make sure. I don't have the protection up yet. Got nice cool lights. Can't apologize for, oh. You can do it, you can do it. There you go, buddy. Nope, that's off the track. Okay, not happy. All right. Anyway, I gotta fix, this is just resting in place right now. So there's a big transition right there. So even though this foam is all the same height, this area, when I put this together, it's glued, and I have some screws in there. And then this is stacked exactly the same, but as you can see, there's a gap. So it could be that I have some cut foam that's stuck underneath it, or something's kind of blocking it, but whatever. It's a big transition, and it just caused the engine to come off the track. So, but anyway, I'll run it around again another time. But like I mentioned, my next project is going to be getting this glued down and ready to go, so that way I can keep moving in that direction, getting the rest of this glued down. And then once all that's in, I can start gluing down the track, getting all the wires cut through and making this good to go. I started to think today how I was going to mount all my power packs and switches to my layout here, because I'm going to have three power packs. So one for the yard, one for the freight line, one for the passenger line. And I believe for the freight line, I'm going to have 11 switch controllers on it. So what my plan was, is I had bought this 4-foot by 1-foot board, and I'm gonna tack it underneath, so that way. Sorry, I was hearing a noise trying to figure out what that was. Anyway, I'm gonna tack that down underneath. So I got the 1 foot, so that way I can actually have it going several inches underneath the layout here, and then I could tie it into my cross members to give it some support, so that way it won't be, you know, so flimsy out here, because I'm gonna have it stick out in front of the layout like here, so that way, you know, maybe over in this corner here, I'll do the power pack for the passenger line, and then I'll have the freight line and the yard kind of tied together. Maybe over in this section over here. So just kind of thinking, seeing what I might want to do. And then I got to work on getting a power strip, getting my power more secure down there. Right now it's just kind of resting. Got to get that all hooked up. But that's that'll be coming in the future. So next I'm going to get to work on this, and I'll show you guys my progress. All right, I ended up doing a little more than I said I was going to do. So from right here all the way back is all glued down, done, ready to go, except this piece and this piece back here. So I made this into 2 pieces for the tunnel. Right now it's just held on with screws. It is not glued down, but everything beneath it is glued down. All this is glued in, ready to go. So I added the extension here to make room for the track because it was right there on the edge. So I just added a little bit more of a clearance. This has been cut in. Let me move that. This has now been cut in and filled. I think before this was just empty space, if I remember correctly. So that's been cut. I also trimmed the 4%. The 4% grade I ended up taking out. I took out 2 sections right there. So it actually made it very nice. Only reason why it's up there is because of the cord is pushing it down. So otherwise it'll be nice and flat. So it'll be a nice, beautiful transition. So this is all ready to go. And I got the tunnel made. So I know that opening is way larger than it needs to be, but that's so I can fine tune it. I know some people were concerned and mentioned in the comments, I have cut in an access hole so I can get in there and, you know, rescue any trains or whatnot, or at least start to push them out of the way. Tunnel only goes from here to there, so it's, you know, about 15 or so inches, maybe. Yeah, 15 or so inches. And this will be open here. So I might need to add a little bit more of the 1-inch foam on top of that just to kind of round it out, but I'll worry about that later. So yeah, that's what I've gotten done so far. So I'm excited with that progress there. So next I'm going to work on gluing down this whole section here, which is the train station, as well as the passenger and the freight line all throughout here. I'm also going to trim off, get that out of the way. I'm also going to trim off a little bit of this here to make room for my yards. I'll probably take about 1 inch off, but I wanted to get more of this secure, and then I can go from there. And then I just need to get this section secure, and my foam work for the most part is done. Then I could start drilling the holes through 5 inches of foam to pass the wires down, which all my wiring will be poking out down underneath here. I'm going to need to get a nice surge protector that I can mount to the wall that can fit at least 3 power packs. I think that's all the power I'm going to need. I can't think of anything else at the moment. I know I'm planning on having the 3 power packs for the 2 lines and the yard. So I know that. I think that's all the power I need. So yeah, I'm going to get that secured down here and out of the way so I don't drill into it. And then I'll put some holes through here so I can run all the wiring. And like I mentioned, I'm going to be mounting the controllers. There we go. Mounting the controllers here flush. So that way, I don't think I have one handy, do I? No. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to mount a board underneath here. So this 1 foot wide board that I have, I'm going to mount that. So that'll be something I'll be working on probably after the foam work is done. But I wanted to take 2 with this guy here real fast just to show you. So it's a very nice engine. It's detailed nice. It has a lot of weight to it. So I think it's going to do quite well on this track. And I could show you how it does with the elevation. Climbing the 4%. It's going to go into the tunnel. There she goes. All right, then you won't be able to see it for a little while, and then it'll emerge right about, what about there? Yep, there we go. Oh, wrong way. Only had about 1 inch left of connected track, so helps if you turn the throttle down, not up. But anyhow, this is where I'm at so far. I'm getting pretty excited with this build, so I think once I have all the foam glued down, the holes drilled for all the power leads, the switches and whatnot, I think I'm going to pick up just some basic home grade brown paint, get everything painted brown. That way it'll just be a nice kind of neutral color, if you will. And then I can do like the sculpting mold, and I can fill in some of these gaps here. So that's my plan. I wanted to give a quick shout out to my dad on the other side of the country here. He sent me the tunnel opening, which is very nice of him, and also some nice 3-2-1 blocks. So that'll help with keeping things held down, especially if I try to put in some industry buildings. You know, it looks like I do have a little bit of space up here, not a whole lot, but you know, if I can get 1 or 2 in there just for, you know, for some scenery, that'd be kind of cool. I'm gonna try anyway. But yeah, this yard is done. I think I'm missing, this is my updated sheet here. So what am I got here? So I am missing, so I need 6 more of, whatever you want to call these, the end of the line, whatever the technical term is. I don't know offhand, but I need 6 more of those that I'm going to work on getting. And looks like I'm down to needing, I want to say, I think I need 4 more turnouts. And then again, I got to order those S186s again, because they arrived damaged. So yeah, that'll be my next month project. So I've already spent enough money this month. I went rogue and bought that because it was on sale, and I just couldn't help myself. I'm sure some of you people in this model know how that is. But yeah, so I'm gonna keep going with this, keep sharing as I'm going. And again, thank you all for your comments and your tips. Somebody, apologize, I don't recall your name, but you had mentioned doing the toothpicks. I need to get some better toothpicks. One I have are really flimsy, but that is definitely going to work for me. So I'm going to get some stronger toothpicks. These are a little too weak, but they're not the ones we normally buy. So I'll get some of those to kind of help hold it in place, get this marked out. Yeah, and again, sorry for the shaky video last night. I was working on this project late at night, and it was under 10 degrees in my garage, and I was just cold. So it's a nice warm 31 now, so doing a lot better today. So, but yeah, I'll try to get better with my videos and not make them so shaky or whatnot. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys.